Today on the channel, we unbox WWE Mattel Elite 86 SummerSlam Edition, The Miz. Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel as we continue unboxing the SummerSlam Elite 86 Mattel Elite figure set. And today we're unboxing The Miz, one of the stalwarts of WWE programming the last, gosh, how many years has he been around? 15, almost 20 years at this point. It seems crazy. Time is flying. I remember when The Miz first started wrestling, I couldn't believe that kid from the real world was going to wrestle. And Miz and I are basically the same age, and it's very funny. I always think back after he was in the real world. I remember him doing college campus tours, and I was, a college kid back in the day when he was doing these campus tours, and he did one at my university. I didn't go to it or anything, but then that night out at the bars, I'm out with my friends, my girlfriend, all that kind of stuff, out at the bars that night. And strangely enough, I had so many people come up to me and want to get pictures with me because they thought I was The Miz. 15, 16 years ago, whatever it was, 18 years ago. Like I said, time, I can't remember. I used to always get recognized as The Miz in a lot of places, and then everybody in campus knew he was in town, and I guess they thought I was him. So, very funny story. It was a funny night, and I played along, of course. I played along all night long, and I was The Miz for one night. So, very funny. Maybe I'll find a picture. If I can find a picture from that night, because there was a night, that night was photographed. So, I'll have to dig through. I might have that picture somewhere, and if I did, I'd put it right over here. But that was quite the night, just let me tell you. Anyways, The Miz. So we're going to do it like we normally do. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. All that kind of fun stuff like we always do. SummerSlam 86. Another somewhat throwback Miz figure. And I like this one. All white gear is tough to work. Unless you're Tito Santana. He always rocked that white gear and looked real good doing it. The Miz, though, this looks pretty good. And this is basically a bit of a repaint from the looks of things. And we'll dig into it when we get it unboxed. As I think we've had this head sculpt before. But you got the glamour shot of Miz there. You got the SummerSlam. You got the logo for... It's authentic. This is truly authentic WWE merchandise. The Miz, Mattel, Elite, True FX, all the fun stuff we're used to. There he is on the side, looking only like he can look. And same thing on this side. So good for you, Miz. Looking only like you can look. Of course, Mary DeMaurice, probably the greatest female wrestling superstar of all time. In my book, she is. There he is, The Miz on the back, Elite at the top. You got the little blurb, we'll read that. You got a glamour shot, and you got the rest of the line down below. And then, as usual, empowering the next generation through play with these toys. So there you go. From Hollywood, California, 221 pounds, height 6'2". So when you say you're from Hollywood, California, when does that change? We know he's from the Cleveland area. When do you go from Cleveland to Hollywood? If you move to Hollywood, I guess you say, hey, now I'm from Hollywood, or are you always from Cleveland because that's where you originated from? I don't know how that works. I always tell people I'm from South Dakota because I lived there for a while. So I'm from South Dakota. No, I guess not. All right, career highlights, WWE Champion, Intercontinental Champion, SmackDown Tag Team Champion. I think he's a Grand Slam Champion. I think he's had every single title. They just don't want to list it all here. The tension between the A-lister and Daniel Bryan had been brewing since they first met in 2010 and culminated in their SummerSlam 2018 grudge match. That's been a long game feud that went on for a long time, but you know what? It captivated an audience, and I always thought that was some of the best work in the later day WWE days. A really long story that, had a long history to it, and I would miss stuff like that. Now it seems like guys are in blood feuds where they absolutely want to kill each other. They would go as far as maybe murder each other. And then, 6 months later, the feud's over, and all of a sudden they're in a random tag team match together. It just never made sense to me. And I remember as a young kid, when I would see that, it didn't happen very much when I was a young kid, but every once in a while it would. A guy would turn into a good guy and team with somebody or whatever. It always seemed so strange to me. But then you'd get some of those classic guys back in the day. They'd say, you're my partner tonight, but I'll never forget what you did to me, and sometimes you got to keep your enemies close. They would do that kind of stuff. Now it's just, oh, okay, you guys are partners again, and you guys just tried to kill each other a couple weeks ago. I don't know. Rant time over. All right, let's unbox The Miz here. Let's see what's doing. Let's see what's doing in The Miz. See you later. There it goes. Got two pointer hands here, two open grip hands, and then, of course, you got glasses here. I remember these glasses. We went to a lot of WWE shows with my daughter at the time. She was big into it. So I'd go to every show I could in the traveling area. I'd go 3 hours to a show with her. Oh yeah, you want to go to a wrestling show? Sure, let's go. I was all in. And I remember these at the concession stand or the merchandise stand always being up there. I think my daughter did pick up a pair of these. I don't know where they are now. But there it is. But very white and gray. Very cool. I always like I said, white always pops in the old plastic prison. All right, let's pop these hands out. Pop these fingers. Come on. There it is. Bent the finger a little. These glasses. You don't want to lose these glasses. Nothing worse than... I've got an Elite, and I forget which one it is. I lost the glasses. He fell off. I need to track those down. I'm sure they're here somewhere, or they got vacuumed up, unfortunately. I need to look. There it is. See you later. All right, extra hands. We're not going to talk about those. The glasses are pretty spot on. I like those a lot. What do we got here? He's got a headband on, and the headband is removable for the Miz here. Boy, he looks crazy, though. Look at that hair. It's very high up when you take that headband off. It's the big Polly Pocket type jacket. I really don't like this stuff because it hinders their mobility. We've talked about it many times on the channel. I loved what they did with that Kari Sane figure, 10, 15 sets ago, whatever it's been at this point. How they had the break in the jacket. They need to do that with more figures. They need to get into that more. I don't know if that was just a one-and-done time. It's just very strange. But this does hinder some arm movement. It definitely hinders a lot. And sometimes it looks like it's just way too big. It looks like, a Chris Farley situation here. I don't know. Or actually, it's the reverse Chris Farley situation, wouldn't it be? He's too big for him. But I'm gonna undo him here. I'm gonna get him out of this jacket. And I always hate it. It feels like these never pop back in. It's like I hate taking them off. But it is what it is. You gotta do it for science, as we always say on the channel. Pull those arms off. There it is. Jacket's off. So you got your typical Miz figure. Older Miz figure, of course. Very skinny. Got the upside down WWE logo. Miz all around. Whoa, what's it say? Money Maker. Money Maker on his boots. There he is. It's a solid figure. Does he fit on a ringside collectible stand? I'm sure he will. Save 10%. Use discount code Kyle. ringsidecollectibles.com. There it is. Look at that. Looking only like he can look. And we got a Miz. Was this 69, 70? Probably 69. Old school Miz. Basically the exact same figure. He has a headband painted differently. Same exact head. Hands are the same. Everything's the same. It's just a repaint. And they got to do that sometimes. We talk about this a heck of a lot more in our Marvel Legends and Star Wars videos, but it works with Mattel as well. Using that same body mold, getting the most out of your molds. You got to repaint guys like Miz with a little smoke and mirrors every once in a while so you can do that brand new tooling for a Bray Wyatt or somebody else. You guys get what I mean. So it's part of the industry. It's always been part of the industry. And will continue to be a part of the industry. There he is with his old glasses on. Miz also, the other Miz came with glasses as well. A little different glasses. Similar but different, we'll call them. Yeah, these never stayed very well on the head. There you go. Got them. So there it is. I mean, is this the must-have of the set? It's probably not going to be my favorite of Elite 86. When we line them up at the end of the week, I put all the videos together, and at the very end, I do a little bonus of my favorite to least favorite. This Miz isn't going to be at the top of the list. But, it was time for Miz to return to the Elite lineup. It seemed like for a while he was getting them at a pretty good clip. Had a long break. Now he's back in the line. And I got to think we'll get another Miz here before you know it, as he did win the championship earlier in 2021. You would think they would represent that in one of the Elite lines somewhere along the way. So good for Miz. Good for Miz getting back out there with more figures. I don't know about you guys, but if they had figures of me, I'd be all over it. I'd be ecstatic. And hopefully Miz is too. It'd be fun to have a figure of yourself. Maybe one day in my real world job, we'll start making figures of executives out there. It'd be great. The executive lineup. I can see it now. Somebody get to work on that. But there it is. The Miz. Yeah, I can't get around. I forgot almost about this jacket. Just not my favorite. Just similar to this one. Once I put them on, I rarely ever take them off. Actually, this Miz, when I put this back on, it'll never remove from his body ever again. I just hate taking these in and off. They're just very challenging. Soft goods would look better, as we always say, but sometimes soft goods don't work. So I'd love to see Mattel give a go, though, at one of these big Miz-type jackets. Make them soft good. Let's see how they look. Let's put your money where your mouth is. I don't know what that means about it, but maybe that Mattel Elite that I talked about from his championship win earlier this year, if they can flush that out some way, let's try with a soft goods jacket. Let's see what it does for the Miz. Let's put this to the side just one time. Let's see what we can do. I'd love to see that. So maybe, never say never. We might get that one of these days. So there it is. the Miz WWE Elite Series 86. I hope you enjoyed this Mattel WWE Elite 86 SummerSlam Edition unboxing and review. Don't forget to like the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and leave me your comments, your thoughts on these figures. Are you picking them up? Are you playing the long game? Are you passing? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to follow me on social media at SirPaul64 on Twitter, at @the_Kyle_Peterson on Instagram, and of course, belowthecollar.com, search Kyle Peterson. So for the whole WWE Elite 86 crew, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.